Hi, my name's Gina. I'm 27 years old, female, straight, epileptic, married. So, there are, I guess, the important things that you would need to know. Um, my doctor had always asked me to talk to everybody about what I've gone through and, um, what I've done. And I'd never been able to go to all the stuff that he had wanted me to because I moved. When I got married, I moved 6 hours away. So when I have to go to the doctor, I have to take a long bus ride. So there's no way I'm going to conferences. But in any event, to honor his wishes, I thought maybe I would do something like this on YouTube. So if anybody out there was thinking about doing what I did, they could at least get some information through me, of what happened to me and how I reacted to it. As I said, I'm epileptic. I have grand mal seizures, aka tonic-clonic. I had started getting them when I was in high school, 3 days before my first day, actually. And it's scary. So anyone out there that is starting to have seizures, it is scary. It is scary. You're not alone. You're not a baby. You have every right to be frightened. You're not alone. You're not alone. And there's so many different groups, support groups, and all kinds of people that you can talk to. If you want a physical group of people, talk to your doctor, and I'm sure your doctor can help you find somebody to actually speak to. Otherwise, I'd be glad to talk to anybody. I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Experience Project. So if anybody wants to talk, please, I'm here. But in addition to that, I want to tell you about some of my experiences with doctors and, different ways I've gone about things. The first few years was kind of going from doctor to doctor, and I'm sure if anybody's epileptic, it's hard to find the right doctor. Trusting somebody with your brain is not something one takes lightly. I'd gone through about 3 until I finally found mine, and that was about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And this particular doctor is amazing. I love him. He's incredible. I moved away, 6 hours away, and I still only go to him. His name is Dr. Anand. He is in Long Island, New York. He is in a practice of quite a few different neurologists. They're all amazing in that practice. Can't say much for the office, but the doctors are worth the aggravation. You gotta be persistent. He was very thorough. Whatever anybody else did, he did again. And whatever they didn't find, he did right away. They had previously thought that only this side of my brain, the right side, right here in the front, the temporal lobe, had a deformity, and that's where all of my seizure activity was coming from. So, after a while, I was getting old enough that I was getting brave enough that I was like, all right, if we could do brain surgery and we can just fix it, let's fix it. I'm tired of all this medication, so let's do it. So we did some testing. Now, I'm not meaning to scare you. I just want everybody to know, and I'm sure all of the epileptics out there understand, of all the testing that we do go through. I went for pre-testing for that, and the one test that I had to go through was an EEG. but it was a special EEG. Sphenoidals. I don't know if any of you guys know what that is. I'm sure plenty of you do, but for those of you who don't, they're little tiny proby things that they have to go through here. You get it done in an operating room and you're awake, and they give you a local, so it's not horrible, but it sounds horrible, but it's not. But they keep that in for however long it takes for them to induce a seizure. For me, it took about 4 or 5 days for them to find that brain surgery was not going to be something that was for me. The seizure activity was not just where my deformity was. The seizure activity was everywhere. It was just coming from every which direction, all the time. It's just all the time. So, with that being said, our other option was a VNS, vagal nerve stimulator. That is a battery pack here. It's very pacemaker-like, but it's a battery pack here, and there's wires that come up your neck, and it connects to the vagal nerve here. I had to go to a heart doctor to make sure that the heart was good, because as well as the brain, it connects to the heart, so you have to make sure your heart's good to go. So my ticker was good, and that's what I decided to go along with. It's a 1-day in and out surgery. It didn't tickle. It hurt. I wanted to punch my doctor when he said, no, it's not going to be so bad. It's not going to be so bad. That's bullshit. But I'm not here to lie to you. I'm here to tell you the truth. It wasn't the worst pain that you'll ever go through, but for a few days, you're going to be quite uncomfortable. You're not going to want to go through the house by yourself. But in any event, it was the best thing I ever did for myself. If I had the choice, I would do it again over and over and over, which I'm going to have to do because there is a battery pack that has to every 5 to 8 years, depending on your frequency and how much you use your magnet, which I will explain now. That all depends on how much you have to change it. My magnet, it's a little magnet that you have. I'll show it to you before the segment's over. That you usually keep on your person or in your pocketbook. There's a little Velcro strip that goes on it that you can put on your wrist or anything. I don't want to put on my wrist because I always set it off if I put it on my wrist. If you feel like you're going to have a seizure, you run it on the battery pack that's on your chest. And it stops the seizure activity. So it kind of C-blocks your seizure. So it's cool. It's, like I said, it's the best thing that I've ever done. I went from having 1 to 2 seizures a month to 1 to 2 seizures every 2 years. So, you do the math. It's excellent. It's excellent. It's also helpful if you have depression because it's also scientifically proven to help with your mood, which is something else that I do have. I do have depression. Most of my epileptic medication is for both. So, in any event, moving on from there. Side effects. They range from person to person. My side effects, I can't sing anymore. My voice changed. Sometimes it's harder to swallow than others. For some reason, different ways that I lay down, I can feel it more. But it's very hard to explain how I feel it. It doesn't hurt. For me, it feels like kind of like a weird tickle in my chest. And then I'll take a deep breath and I'll be okay. But I've had it for a while. So I'm at a very high frequency. You start very low where you can barely feel it, and then they gradually increase. So they're not gonna ding. They're not gonna, throw you into it like that. It's very gradual. So, let me think what else. it's something you have to commit yourself to. It really is. It's something that you have to think about. But I do think that if you have seizures, tonic-clonics, aka grand mal seizures, if you have those, which is what I do, I can recommend, and I can say I would do it again, I can recommend it to you. I think it would be a great thing for anybody to have. Medications. There are so many out there. I don't even know some of the ones that I've been on in the past. I'm 27 years old and I've had it since I was 14. I should have written things down. Please, don't be an idiot like me. Write things down. Write them down. I don't write anything down. Write them down. I don't have my mother anymore to write everything down, like word for word, like she used to do. Always thought she was crazy, but now I kind of miss it because now I don't know nothing. My memory's gone to hell. Because of all the medications and because of all the seizures that I've had, my memory, my focus is gone. I'm unable to work anymore. Because like I said, my memory and my focus is gone, and my muscle control is with me 20% of the time. But it's okay. It's okay, and recently I did find out that right after I found out that I couldn't work anymore, I found out that I would never be able to get off of my medications, so I'm not going to be able to have a kid on my own, so we're going to have to look into adoption. Also recently married, so a lot has happened to me within the last year or two. But me and my husband were doing very well. We're doing very well. We've been together for about 8 years, best friends for 10. The last thing that I would say is don't look down on yourself. Everybody's got something. Everybody's got something, and you're not alone. You may look around you and not see anybody like you, but they're there. And if you need to talk to somebody that has your problem, seek them. It helped me to find somebody that had my problem. Even though there were others that had other problems that, could have talked to me too. But sometimes it's good to talk to somebody you feel who can relate to you completely. So don't feel stupid to look up. Don't feel stupid to look it up. A great site to go on is experienceproject.com. You'll see why if you go on it. It's really great. You can, all ages, you can look for anything, any kind of depression, health problems that you might have, relationship problems that you might have, family problems, good things too, great things. If there's some great things that are going on, if you're a writer, if you're a singer, if there's anything you want to get out, if you just want to go and you want to laugh about something and you just want to get stuff off your chest, it's really, really good. So with that, before I just start ranting some more about anything else, just be safe and take care of yourself.